Good day, fine people of the coaching class and webinar. How are you doing? We are waiting the 3 or 4 minutes we always do so people can come on the call. So we're about to talk about how to build and launch a lead magnet ebook introduction to email sequence. So if any of you have done this before, it'd be good to hear your thoughts in the group. So have you had good experiences with it? So I'm in the official thread right now. So let us know in it that you can see and hear me okay. So I put the main post in now. I see more people coming on the call. We are about 1.5 minutes away from starting. So hello to everyone who's in this call so far. Okay. Hello, Abdullah, Brandon, Jay, Ivan, Evan, Franco, Kesha, Laurel, Martin, Mr. Lee, Paul Reagan, Ross, Sarah, Simon, Tatiana. Hello to all of y'all. Hope you're having a beautiful Monday. I'm here in New York, very humid. I've been bitten by a lot of mosquitoes these last few days. I'm not quite sure why. Simon can hear me. It's 3 minutes past. I think we should just start. Whoever's late is going to miss it, but as ever, this is being recorded. All right, let's go full screen. So last week we went into the content and copywriting, and it ran to 90 minutes. I don't know whether I should apologize for going over or be saying you guys should be loving it because there's so much content. In any case, almost as a counterbalance to that, this week will be shorter. Also because some of you are a little behind on the core story and on the content tasks from last week. Again, this 3-month plan has been planned from start to finish so that you go through a journey and come out the other side ready to smash. So, for instance, you build your team, then you're going to start building your core story, which is going to become your content, which is going to become your lead magnets, so you can get people interested in what you're doing, who you can sell to make money. Then once you have a lead magnet, we're going to teach you how to automate your social media so that you can get people to those lead magnets. Then we're going to have you build a funnel so that you can do everything I taught you from top to bottom. And then we're going to do public speaking for you to get even more sales at the very end. So there is a linear journey going on here. So some weeks will be longer than others. I think the social media week is going to be pretty big. So this is a shorter week, so some of you will be relieved, but it still packs a chunky homework at the end. So building and launching a lead magnet ebook introduction to email sequence. Let's jump in. So why lead magnets? Firstly, it's a soft sell. So most companies go straight for the sale, which has a lower conversion rate. People see 5,000 marketing messages per day. So, more than ever before, people are going to tune you out. So you have to find a way of piercing through the noise, and that is through content, and specifically in terms of capturing those emails or capturing that attention. You need to have a great lead magnet. Ebooks are a great way of making a short amount of money and getting people into your funnel as paying customers, so you can then upsell to higher products. You can also substitute lead magnets for free gifts or other areas that you can help people grow. So don't specifically just think ebook here. You could be giving out free samples, you could be offering free value, it could be free consultations. So again, nothing here is set in stone. It's just more for you to get ideas from. It's like the core story document. Some people said, you know, for whatever reason, I can't write about a specific thing in my past. I'm like, fine. What about relationship with parents? What about the 5 most impressive things you've ever done? So as ever, I'm going to throw a few things at you, and then the things that you'll want, you'll catch. But it's in a systemized process. So even though there's a few things you can do, you're going to go through the system. So why lead magnets? Collecting emails will give you a lifetime value of dollars. It's the easiest form of mass lead collection. You can collect Facebook pixels from people hitting your web page, and you can use the emails you get for custom audiences. So you can retarget people, which is the cheapest and best way of doing paid if you're just starting out. And it's easier than asking for an email for yet another newsletter. So if you are trying to get those emails, believe me, no one wants another newsletter. So in my opinion, it should be about the one thing your audience really wants to know. So not 30 things you need to do if you want amazing marketing, but the one secret marketers will never tell you in order to get great returns. You know, and then you can put plus 29 bonus hacks. So expanding that point, here are the list of absolute essentials that lead magnets should do. Firstly, they should solve a real problem. If your lead magnet doesn't solve a real problem that your customer avatar has, or if it doesn't give them something they really want, it won't work at all. So you should know who your exact customer is. You know, we've been saying that this whole course, but it's really essential. Your lead magnet should promise one quick win. Should promise and deliver one quick win for your avatar. In other words, it should help them to easily achieve something. So for me, the one secret to standing out on Facebook, it is basically don't put external links in post, because you're instantly going to see your engagement double. You know, that's a huge quick win, and then there's loads of other good stuff behind that, but you know, that's such a colossal thing. It should be super specific, so don't be general. The more specific you are about the benefit, the better it will convert. Quick to digest, so PDF checklists tend to convert really well because they're quick and easy to digest. Ebooks or lengthy reports make your prospects feel overwhelmed. They'll say, I'll read it later, and then they go and watch Game of Thrones, and they just don't. The lead magnet should have both high perceived value and high actual value. So you can't, a lot of people think you could cheat with an amazing headline so you get their email. That doesn't work. If you don't fulfill the promise, you know, they're not going to ascend to the next level where they give you money. You do have to deliver on whatever promise you know, you make. Instantly accessible. Your lead magnet will work better if it's something that can be delivered right away. So people love instant gratification. So they don't want to have to wait. If they wait, they're going to forget about it, and then they won't open the email when you deliver it in a couple of days. Demonstrate your expertise or unique value proposition. When someone consumes your lead magnet, it should demonstrate you're an expert or this thing you do better than anyone else. So this will help turn leads into customers down the road. So here are ideas. So again, I'm delivering you all of these so that no one listening to this can say I couldn't come up with any ideas. So firstly, a checklist. The 10 products that will make your dog the happiest dog in the world, if you're doing the dog marketplace. So that would be things like a coat groomer, the deworming pills he should take once a month, a certain toy which has been shown to be a dog's favorite in the world, a lead that doesn't hurt his neck. So all of these things, you could imagine a dog owner comes across the 10 things that your dog will make your dog happy. Everyone wants to make their dog happy. And then, of course, as a dog marketplace, you can then have affiliate links to all of those products. So it works really well, both as something important. So people could read it and go, oh, I didn't know there was a special dog shampoo. We were just using the normal one, and he kind of hates it. Now I get why, because chemicals and normal shampoos aren't right for dogs. So they can learn things and have an upsell that they can buy. Secondly, a cheat sheet. So I've done a content marketing cheat sheet. So why most people get content marketing wrong, what you can do to do it differently, the essentials for getting ideas and executing. So cheat sheets work really well. A template, so if you're in the recruitment niche, you could do a template for how to get people to sign up to your recruiting agency, or you could do a template for how to prepare for a job interview so you smash it. So how to prepare before, bringing them a small gift, following up after. So both sides of your avatar, the people who need the sign-ups and the people who need jobs, you create different templates for both, target them differently through, say, Facebook ads or different Facebook groups, and then you build something of great value. And you can say if you're looking to be recruited, then we're the people you need to speak to, and you've already shown expertise. So let's say you want to do a swipe file. You could do a swipe file of the 20 best social media blog posts ever that you can copy and assimilate and create your own amazing work. So if your clients are people, so you run a social media agency and you want people to create value for themselves, then a lot of that is going to be looking at what other people do and copying it in marketing. It's just the way it is, sadly. So you could create that swipe file. Examples, so 5 case studies of the best in our market and how you can copy what they do right. Everyone loves this. It's like the underlying factor of Business Insider. Rich people always do these free things before breakfast. They get unbelievable clicks. I mean, it's utter nonsense, but it really, really works to convert people. So if you can have examples of what successful people have done, that will always go down a storm. A script, let's say you're in the sales niche, you could do a script that converts someone from a cold lead into someone who loves what you're doing. So whatever you're doing for that, you could have a script for job interviews if you're in that niche. A toolkit, so you could have everything around digital productivity, everything from rescue time, so you don't spend too much time on Reddit or Facebook, to turning off your push notifications using a certain app which blocks all of them or something. So you can have a toolkit that your target market will love. You can do a web app or a sub-site. So if you are trying to get app clients, you could build a site where people submit their apps and you get real people to try them out and review them and give feedback and then get them extra users. I think I was talking about that one last week, Launchfly or something. Calendars, so you could have a workout calendar if you're in the food niche. So you are looking to create value for people who want to eat better or work out better. You can create a calendar and give that away that they can fill in themselves every day, and then they can send that to their trainer, or maybe you want to be their trainer and they send it to you. Or a planner such as a meal planner if you're in the food niche, so you can have people plan their meals easy. So what do you notice about all of these lead magnets? And none of them are like, the complete guide to social media marketing. People don't want a 5,000 word lead magnet. People just want bullets of value. It's when someone is telling me about their idea, 10-minute pitch about how they want to be a better personal development coach. I'll normally just tell me 2 or 3 things I don't know, contrarian truths. If I can cut it to that and they can surprise me, then I know they're going to put up some good content and they might be a good person to work with. But yeah, it's all about getting these bullets, and all of this is about delivering value in a unique, actionable way, which will capture people's attention. And also, they all appear very lightweight, so that you don't feel like, oh God, I don't have time to read another book or watch an hour webinar. But with this, it's just a swipe file or a template or a cheat sheet. It sounds fun, and it's not going to take up too much of your time. So dissecting a great lead magnet, and I'm about to walk through one of my favorite lead magnets I've seen recently, and each point that I make here is going to make sense in the context of the lead magnet I'm about to show you. So it should have an eye-popping title. It should begin with your core story, so telling people who you are before you jump in with the content. Social proof is good here, so if you haven't had any big clients or big successes in the past, this is why I said what were your 5 most successful things. So so as ever, ideally your lowest point and your top 5 things. It doesn't have to be long, just a few paragraphs. Then you're going to go into what I'm going to show you in the email sequence, which is beginning with a dramatic moment, hitting a brick wall, and then having an epiphany which bridges out to your current product or service. And this is also going to come in the email sequence. Value is normally needed. Oddly enough, in the one I'm about to show you, there is no value, but it's so good that it kind of gets away with it. But normally there has to be some teaching of ideas in it. Contrarian truths are best, whether they're true or not. Just the more contrarian you are, the more you're going to get people speaking about it. So surprising ideas. Speak to their biggest problem and tell them how to solve it without necessarily offering the solution yourself. So they say with public speaking, and by the way, I don't do this, but I totally get why people do it. You should tell people what they need to do, but not how. If they want how, they should hire you or buy your products. I don't do that, partly because I don't really take on many clients, partly because it serves me more to just give loads of value. But yeah, it depends on what you need. End with an upsell or call to action to the next level. So in the space of building an agency, being an internet marketer, Dan Henry is one of the best in the world right now. So I'm going to walk you through his lead magnet that I was shown recently that I really like. So let's start here. The Complete Moron's Guide to Easy Facebook Ad Clients That Pay. So what do you see that is different about this? Well, what you're going to notice is that he uses the word moron. You know, so by using this guide, you have admitted that you're a moron, which is kind of it's kind of a strange thing to do, to be honest. If you are calling someone a moron, they're not going to buy your guide, but he kind of does it in a playful way. And by accepting it, you're accepting that you are a moron and need his help. If you need his help, then you're likely to buy his products. So if you are looking to really make a splash in your audience, don't be afraid to drive people mad. So let's get into it. How to get Facebook ad clients that pay so you can start making money fast without all the hassles. So I want everyone to write this down. The front page should really say how to do X without Y. So for me, it's how to get seen in your Facebook feed without paying Facebook a single cent. If you're in the relationship niche, you know, the joke I always tell is how to improve your marriage without talking to your husband about it. So everyone take 30 seconds now and write down what is your X without Y and put it in the comments if you're watching this live, or just put it in your homework, which you're going to send to me later. So take 30 seconds now. How to do X without Y, what could you come up with? Just think and do it. Sarah Fletcher, how to write cool tweets without losing your hair. I would say pulling your hair out in frustration. Losing your hair takes years. How to write cool tweets without losing your hair. Yeah, I think that would get a lot of clicks. So yeah, how to X without Y is perfect. So now we get into his core story, and he starts with social proof. So core story, he went from being broke to 1 million in profit in 5 months. So he's actually managed to get his core story into a sentence, and did it by taking the exact opposite approach most gurus teach, which is great. So there's a contrarian truth. His social proof in his past, he's trained over 1,200 Facebook ad agency owners, and has consulted for big companies, and has a bit of humor. He's also extremely good looking and reminds most people of a young Johnny Depp if Johnny Depp had a potty mouth. Sorry, Disney. And it's kind of a fun photo. And it's what I've been saying for a while. You know, most of us listening to this, we're not in a fun niche. Aside from the dog marketplace, it's quite fun. We're kind of in quite serious things, but like marketing, we will bring you traffic or your business will die. So it's not really expected to bring humor across. So if we have that, we're at a major advantage because most people won't do it. So if you add humor, that's a great start. So now we bridge into who are all the people on stage with me on the cover. They're all friends of mine who had $10,000 or more in Facebook ads and made it to my 10K club. So that is great. So that's a really great proof that he knows what he's talking about. And then he goes into, I would guess you call it with the value, but it's more about breaking down belief patterns. So he's just doing this over and over, knowing the difference between an easy client and a hard client. So he goes through how his agency was born. So you kind of get a history, a bit of an extended core story here. And yeah, he talks about what didn't work for him, and that's where his audience is now. So, you know, it starts very dramatically. He was earning very little money, and then he had this epiphany, and he broke through, and then he realized how to get easy clients versus hard clients. And this table I love. So easy clients are things like dentists, chiropractors, plastic surgeons, restaurants and gyms. Hard clients, business coaches, course creators, membership sites, dating coaches, online marketers. Now, as someone who's in the internet marketing space, he's dead on, because most people tell you you should be helping doing Facebook ads for people who run internet marketing and coaching businesses. So you have to be contrarian. So you have to say, you know, the 5 most popular dog brands that will make your dog sick. You know, that sort of contrarian thing, if you can get away without being sued. So if you can talk about the 10 worst pieces of social media advice that everyone follows. So you have to have contrarian truths in here. And this is quite long for a lead magnet, but it's such an easy read that it doesn't feel it. So he bridges out of that. And then he bridges into why his way is better. So really breaking your belief pattern. You know, everyone has to see a dentist, not everyone needs a business coach. Therefore, there's a lot more money in dentists, which is right. So yeah, he talks about why he knows exactly how to get Facebook clients and how you can too. And then he shows it to you in money terms. So you've always got to be solving that one problem. He knows that his audience are going to want to be making money from this. So yeah, he now gets into the numbers. And then he bridges out towards the end into more social proof and how he got featured doing what he does. And then the last page is really important. This is where he talks about here's what to do next. So now you know the difference between an easy and a hard client. Join my free webinar, my 3-step method to landing easy Facebook ad clients that pay. So again, he's told you what to do, but he's not once told you how to do it. He's told you who to target, but not how to do it. So in order to get how to do it, you have to ascend to the next level. You have to commit more time to it. And in this case, it's a free webinar, which is going to end with an upsell to one of his low-ticket items, but maybe $100. So yeah, so it's always good to bridge them out of this. You know, they're in the mode for learning. They're in the mode for doing work. So you really want to keep that flow going. Don't have it a dead end, and move them to your webinar or your next ebook or a sale or jumping on a call with you to discuss more. But you see how this works. You get people to this lead magnet. They read it. They start to agree with you. You bring them into your world, and then you have created huge value for free. And now you can start to nudge them towards paid using this. So this is, for me, one of the best lead magnets I've seen out there. Does everyone understand this? If you have any questions, drop them in Facebook or message me. I'm going to go back in. So we've had some good ideas for lead magnets in the Facebook thread. So as mentioned earlier, we had the idea for the dog market. So 10 toys that will make your dog love you. How to crush treatments without killing your producer. Excellent. How to innovate and disrupt your industry without an R&D budget. The Complete Moron's Guide to Fundraising for Everyday People. Awesome. That I was talking to a client yesterday who had a similar idea. Very good. How to double the profitability of your customers without any marketing budget. It's a big ask. I hope you can do it, James. How to become the sexiest brand in your sector without being a branding guru. Great. So like I'm seeing some great messages in the thread. Again, it comes down to knowing your market. If you don't know your market, you are going to struggle with this. But if you know what they want, then that's all you have to deliver. And you have to know what the hardest thing is for that market. So what's holding them back, and then including that as the without. So the next step is building a tripwire, and that's a kind of extended ebook. You may sell for $7, or you're going to give out a product for free, and maybe they only pay for shipping of it. It's what's known as a loss leader. A percentage of people who receive that product for free will likely go and buy your higher ticket items. Again, you don't want to have to be this 10,000 word beast. You want to take them on a journey leading to your high ticket items, so you don't give them all the answers just yet. So again, these are best practices. And like my final guy says, whenever I stray from the best practices with clients, it doesn't work. So you can mess with the formula to a certain extent, but make sure it works before you do. So as in, don't mess with the formula to begin with. But yeah, get your numbers right, and then you can try things. So now we get to how to launch an ebook. So you know, a lot of you who listen to this are great writers. You have a lot of ideas. I've shown you how to get ideas in Content and Copywriting Week. You're going to say, you know, the big question is, okay, I've got this amazing ebook. How the hell do I get people to download it? So again, as part of the whole bookend of this course, you've got to be building a community. So I'm going to generally believe you have either an email list or a community such as a Instagram following or a Facebook group. As ever, I find a Facebook group is the best for most people starting out who have low marketing budgets. So we're going to do the Jeff Walker product launch formula. Again, anyone listening to this has not read Product Launch Formula, go and buy it right now. It's $10 on Amazon. So there's really no excuse not to own it. It's one of the best in the space. I think it's one of the best. It would be in my top 5 or top 10 business books ever. You know, people say, how did you do a Kickstarter from scratch and absolutely smash it? Honestly, I had never, ever sent an email to my audience before. I just read Product Launch Formula, used it as a template, and just spec'd out my emails. I did a viral queue as well, and then I just used the Jeff Walker emails and then launched it. So it's been one of the most proven copywriting formulas of all time, and I'll touch on what it is now. So basically, you do free posts before you launch, or free emails if it's the email list you're doing. The first is why you're launching, and in my case, you know, I like to ask my audience questions about that. Secondly, what you're launching. So for instance, in the case of my book, hey guys, we noticed there's no actionable guides on growth hacking. We're thinking of throwing everything together into one place. What do you guys think about that? And then we found that a lot of people had that problem and got back with us. So if you don't know your audience and you don't know what they want, again, stop. You have to know that first. So you're saying why I'm releasing it. No one knows growth hacking. And then you're saying what you're releasing. Okay, it's going to be an ebook and a video course, and it's going to have software discount. The last one is how they can buy it. So guys, it is coming out next week, and then you can do a post a day before, and then you launch it. So in an ideal world, you would also do a post a little bit after it launches going, for everyone who didn't buy it, why not? I'm not going to try and upsell you, but just interested. and then you can use that to reframe your questions. And that's based on the ASK method by Ryan Levesque. ASK is the name of the book. So what I like to start with is we're thinking of launching this. This works for both products and ebooks. If you follow me on Traffic and Copy, you'll have seen me do this. So you get critical feedback and find early people interested who are going to turn into the buyers or downloaders. You can target people who raise their hands by direct message later, so build a buyers and or interested list. So for all our launches, we always do a, hey guys, this is coming out next week, who's interested in it? You know, it'll get like 150 likes or so, and then we know when we finally release it, we can direct message all these people, hey, you interested in this? Just to let you know it goes live, and then it just picks up sales. Should we charge for it? This is a interesting question. Kind of should know before you launch, but it's always worth putting it out to your audience and seeing what they think. We were surprised with our Traffic and Copy top 20 growth hacks. More than 50% said charge. You know, we'll value it more. We still did it free anyway, yeah. And when we released it for free, there was pandemonium because half the crowd are thinking, shit, I really want this, but I can't afford it. I'm not going to be able to buy it, and then suddenly it's confirmed it's coming out for free. So that was a huge post, you know, over 100 likes. Yeah, so the next one is the excitable, it's official, we are doing this. And then people are like, yes, get further feedback, you're going to get further likes, so to speak, or people replying to email saying, awesome, I'm interested. Here you can announce the launch date. You can tell people to like the post or reply if you're on email to be notified when you go live. And then finally, we're going live tomorrow at this time. So you want to have the audience desperate to receive it by this point. You need to prepare your viral sneezers, and that is your friends, co-worker, family, again, ideally influencers, to like, share, and comment as soon as it goes live. So this will mean that it gets shown a hell of a lot. So all of the top influencers, they share each other's posts all week, and then when they have their big post that week, they want to get shares to big pages, you know, within 30 seconds of it going live. This is how people get 1 million views in the first 10 minutes. So even if those other people delete it later off their page, it's already had that massive launch at the start. You can use Thunderclap for bigger launches. Thunderclap is cool software. You just go on thunderclap.it, and then it costs, or you can do it for free as long as you can get 100 people to agree. And then what you're doing is sending people to that Thunderclap page, and they agree to share a certain piece of text to their Facebook feed at a set day and time. So, for instance, 1 hour after your Kickstarter launches. And because of this, you land in loads and loads of people's Facebook feeds at the same time. So the good thing about this is rather than having to rally the troops together in real time, like the example I just gave, you could spend a month or two getting people to agree to share this to their Facebook, and then you have a wide amount of people who are going to see it on day one. As with all of other parts of this, reply to every comment and every email. Like, people wonder why they don't build a community, and then you look at their page and they haven't replied to every comment. If you reply to every comment, you're going to be further up in the page rank. And one thing I do, which is kind of hacky, but it's still kind of fun, if I'm going to reply to someone, I'll spread it into 3 comments. So like, okay, this sounds good. Actually, could you send me a message about this? That could all go in one box, but I'm going to split it into 3, and now they're going to see 4 comments instead of 1, and then they're going to click expand the comments, and then they're going to read them. If you really want to make an effect with comments, do a video reply. No one does it, and people watch it, and it always gets the most likes and rises to the top. So going live tomorrow at this time, and then finally we're live. Get it free in return to sharing this post. This is something I invented recently. So people are like, well, how can we track if people share something on Facebook? We can't. But and everyone who asks for it will get it. It will just enable you to reach a ton more people. Make sure the links work before you go live. Believe me, that has caused major problems. When I was writing this, I had thought I was going to show you all of my posts for one of my ebook launches, but after about 20 minutes of scrolling, I was like, how the hell can I not find these posts? And it's because once, let's say you do these posts in your personal Facebook or your Facebook group, Once you get the real link up and live, you should edit all of the old posts, all of the we're thinking about doing this, should we charge, etc. And you should overwrite the copy with the new link. Because those old posts are still floating around Facebook and getting seen and so on. So editing your old posts will get remnant traffic too. So this is our launch of our PR contact book. So 10,500 PR contacts. Yours free in return for sharing this post to your Facebook. Then put your email in to get the link sent to you. And then we said comment below once it's done. Again, this is all about triggering the algorithm. Algorithm, although likes are easy, it's shares and comments which really drive the Facebook algorithm because they're a lot rarer. So here we've optimized for sharing if you want the book, and then doing a comment, you know, what was the comment? Here comes fame. So it's kind of people giving themselves a tap on the back. Try not to say things like I want this or I need this because people feel reluctant to do it. So I have something a bit fun. Some people just drop an emoji. Yeah, journalists need stories as much as you need press. We kind of had the hook there. But yeah, we prepared with this with free posts. So, you know, hey guys, heard you're into press. Right, we're going to launch this press list. Okay, you're going to be able to download it if you share this post. Is that fair? Tomorrow? And then people say, yeah, that's fine, I'll share it. And then, yeah, we did that. Also, once it's gone out, do another repost. Well, firstly, don't forget to post it to Twitter, Medium, LinkedIn, your personal Facebook, everywhere else, so it gets maximum. You want to have an amazing first 24 hours. But secondly, repost. Have another post ready 48 hours after the first one, which shows a new benefit to sweep up those who didn't download. So in my case, we hit the 25 venues I spoke at that anyone can apply to speak to if they want to do a world tour of venues, which a lot of people do want to be public speakers in this space. So the other thing you can do is you can hype the download numbers. Like, oh my God, 1,000 downloads in the first 24 hours. So you can see how that launch works. You can see it's not just randomly putting up a link. You should also know the best date and time to post to your audience as well. So ebook ideas. The easiest one is a collection of your best blog posts and articles. To give you an example of how powerful this can be, you read the last Tim Ferriss book, Tools of Titans. As far as I'm concerned, it's actually his best book. And that is just a collection of the best bits from his podcasts. So like even the top people in the industry are doing exactly the same thing. Because if you take the best of the best, then you have like guaranteed good content because all of those posts did really well. You know, you would take the post that got good reactions and you would collate those, and then rather than 1 in 4 posts being good, which is normally about the same for any writer, suddenly you have a catalog of hits. So the easiest one for an ebook is collecting your best blog posts or articles. Again, that's what we did with the traffic and copy. We just looked up the top 20 posts in the history of the group, just put them in an ebook. That is a classic. So creating your ebook. Can I summon Kyle?
Yes.
Yeah, come on, come over. Kyle, show them. You've got 5 minutes, but show them how to create an ebook.
Let's do this. Brutus.
Oh, that should be part of the homework. Well, I'll be back in a minute. Just make it good.
All right, so let's discuss ebooks. The 2 pieces of software that we normally use for ebooks are Canva or Beacon. Beacon over here is one we've done a lot of the most recent ones with. But Canva, for those of you who don't want to pay for Beacon, has good ebook nets as well. Hold on, Vin left the door open. Alright, so when you're in Canva, you click the More tab for the designs, and if you scroll down a wee bit, there is ebook template. And what's great about this is that they have a bunch of different creative layouts for you to choose from. So there's free images, of course. So if you do need some stock imagery, they have a pretty good amount. But over here on the left, under these layouts, you can just scroll through, and there's a bunch of free ones here, as you can see. Some of the ones that are fun, when you hover over them, sometimes it's just one, but if you hover over it and there's a number, there's 4 different templates to that. So you get to just click right to them, add another page, go through. Maybe you need 2 or 3 pages for your initial table of contents. You want your chapter header, and then you're going to write out your ebook with your links and words. And what's great about these templates is this image is stock, but if that does not suit your fancy, then just go ahead and change it to a different image from your uploads or whatnot. You have lots of different templates to choose from. You can mix and match if there's something you don't like there. So that's the Canva side. When you're done with it, you're just gonna click download, and PDF standard, unless you are printing, but standard is the one you're gonna want for digital, and make sure you click all pages and hit download, and that'll just give you a PDF that you can go put in the back of your WordPress, go put in the back of your ClickFunnels, go put in the back of your Google Drive, wherever you want to put this, so that people can then download it. You can drop it right from there. Beacon's a little different, and I will show you some of the ones we have here. These are all the ones we've made in the last few months. So let's see which one we want to start with. One of the beginner's guides is probably a good one. So in Beacon, you get to pick templates as well. It's not important about the templates here. You can kind of change in between. There's your fonts, your colors. You can switch the color theme out. So it's picked on this one called Uber. But if you go to nautical, bird, green, you can change them up with a click. Layouts are kind of a little bit more flexibility, and everything in Beacon is very different than Canva. Canva is very loose form. Beacon is very restricted, which can be good because you might just want to get this done quickly. Just clicking buttons and being pretty swift about this allows you to pick what works best for your images. So here's the background image. You can upload it from your computer and whatnot. Content is literally the different boxes of words. You got company name, title, and summary, and you can use them however you see fit. They allow you to do what's called search engine optimization with a meta title, URL, and description. And this is not it's not on page as much as this is what will show up when you share the link to the ebook. And then what's great about Beacon is you have the different sections, and you can pick from article, news, call to action, table of contents, and or if you're going to import content from a URL, maybe another download or a spreadsheet or some other document attached to it. And then you just go through and fill the content in based on the template. So we added the image under layout, then we went through, added the headline, the persuasive statement, and that's all we wanted for that intro page there. And then the different sections of the chapters, you have flexibility to add titles, summaries if you want them, author if you need the author on multiple pages, and then you have your main body of copy for each chapter. You can format the images and links, especially when you've got particular links that you want to have over, instead of just having documents or loose links out, you can highlight the text and drop a link in there. It's a little limited on formatting. You have to kind of finagle it to what you want, but it makes for quick and easy ebook manipulation. So there's the multiple chapters, and then you can do some kind of ending or introduction. But that is the technical side of your lead magnet, having the body of your copy written before you even get in here is a smart idea. I wouldn't recommend writing them into Beacon. I would recommend writing them into Evernote, Google Docs, or whatever text editor you have, but thinking in your mind the cover image with its sales copy from the header and the subheader to really call them to action to get into it. You can do an intro like this, or it can be in about the author. You're going to want to add some form of high engagement content at the beginning after the author if you don't do an intro first. Again, you have very limited amount of time with people if they're not like guides like this where they need to go through all these chapters. So making sure your best content is at the front and then whittling down through each chapter until you get to your call to action or your bonus or your additional content. And with Beacon, it's pretty simple to hit save to capture all of your changes. And then once you hit generate PDF, it takes a few seconds, but then it'll also download a PDF just like Canva did. You have document styles. There's a few extra options in there. The great thing about Beacon is that the global templates that you can start with, let's say you have a bunch of blogs, you can pick which one of these styles, ebook, checklist, or resource guide, but what's awesome is you can import your blog content. So if you were to say yes, it would take you to picking your platform and it would import the blogs as chapters of the ebook. When you hit no, which is what we mostly do, you're then putting custom content in. But if you had a bunch of blog chapters you could pull from, you can import the content, and then they have all of their themes right in here. And even once you pick a theme, you're still able to customize it, change the color, change the layout, the content, and the formatting. So don't just pick the template for the colors. You can change everything up still. I'll check for questions real quick, Vin, but I think that covers basic 101 ebooks for the parents.
Cool. Yeah, awesome. Right. So jumping back in, now that you know how to create one, I'm going to throw a few at you. So yeah, a collection of your best blog posts or articles, an essay on something your audience cares about, how-to guides work really well, and solve your audience's biggest problems. So the dog is misbehaving, recruiters can't hire. So yeah, this is a example, something we did. 274 likes, 151 comments, 1,500 downloads for the top 20 growth hacks, and then we had an image of the book. The second time round, we did a lead magnet this year. We did a video as well because the video is going to be a thumb stopper, and then that video got 7,000 views. That was the video, if you're in the Facebook group, I just posted the image of for the official thread for this group. You can see that there, but yeah, it had 7,000 views. So these things have really good visibility if you launch them in the right way. So Matt will touch on this in the funnel week in, I think it's 3 weeks' time. But yeah, so all of this is leading to an email sequence when someone drops the email. You've got their email, now what? So you start with a soap opera sequence, and Matt's going to go into more detail on this, but again, starting with high drama, so a dramatic point in your life. The second, and then you're going to say, to find out what happened next, you have to open the next email that's going to have this title. The next is your backstory, so you hit a wall. So for me, I hit a wall when I was on welfare. I also hit a wall when I had to fire my team and then suddenly have to build an agency immediately, like with no resources. So like there's a couple of walls I can put in there, and we've faced many walls in our life if you really think about it, and if you go through your core story document and get to it. And then finally, the third email is your breakthrough the epiphany bridge. It's how I suddenly got traffic, how I suddenly had an article that went viral. Yeah, so that is what I would do for those three. Then in the fourth email, a free gift, so a sample of your product or a ebook. In the fifth, a testimonial of your product or service with an upsell. So you're offering PR services. You would say, so people say PR is hard to get for the technology niche. But here's an example of someone I worked with. This is what we did, and this is how you could do exactly the same. So you should build, an amazing story. You should have great photos and a really funny video. These are the 3 things I'd recommend if you want to get press in the tech niche. So yeah, you could get started on this. PS, if you guys want me to help you, I'm doing a limited edition consulting offer right now to give you my contacts and tell you how to use them. The 6th email I'll show could be a straight sales offer. Just tell them about one of your products, offering them to buy it. 7 could be a link to one of your videos. So again, good public speaking video. Hey, a lot of you have been asking, what do I know about PR? Well, here's one of my videos which goes through all the clients I work with and how anyone in this room could build a great PR plan. Number 8 could be a free gift, so an ebook or sample, and number 9 could be a straight sales offer. These aren't set in stone. Like I said, there could be 2 emails, there could be 50 emails, but I find around 9 to 12 is ideal. Why is this great? Because this will all run on autopilot. You can use something like autopilothq.com or Actionetics, which is built into ClickFunnels, or just find a way of when someone signs up to your MailChimp. I think you can probably get a sequence going. Kyle, is that true? You could do sequence through MailChimp, right?
MailChimp has tags based on the person's action, like if they click a link or they don't, you can sequence them out.
Cool, yeah. So this is a really good system for getting attention. Now, what do you do after that? You need to do what's known as the Seinfeld sequence. So what is Seinfeld? You remember the Seinfeld episode where he pitches the show, the Jerry show, and he's like, well, what should it be about? Maybe it could be about nothing. You do laundry, you go and drink coffee, you have lunch, and then in that there's a certain magic because people can really relate to that. So what does that mean for you? You don't have to be business guy all the time. There's a consistent theme in this course. Just keying in aspects about your life that make you unique, or just thinking about things after you have a meeting and then figuring out what they mean. So for instance, there was a girl who was going to go on a date with me in New York, and then the night she wanted to go on a date, I couldn't, and I was like, can you do this other night? Anyway, she kind of stopped talking to me, and then like 2 days ago, I saw a picture of her ass when I opened Instagram, and I was kind of like, damn, like literally you're trying to go on a date with someone and you see their ass, but you can't. So that led me to think, the inadequacy of looking at other people on social media, which is going to lead me to write a post on, don't feel inadequate about the things you see, whether it's money or the opposite sex or whatever else. So you need to have a mind that's tuned on to turn everything that happens to you into content, because there is 100 things a day, every day, and that's what Seinfeld is. It's just observational comedy. You're on an airplane. Some people hate toilets on the airplane, but I like them. Suddenly, you close the door behind you and you have your own apartment. You have the box for the shaving razors, although I don't know who's shaving on a plane, let alone they're shaving so much that they need to get rid of razors. So it just goes into this whole set just about him observing things. So these are the sort of emails you can do every day. And this doesn't mean, and what this means is that you don't have to every day go, right, 10 ways to write a great tweet, how to write amazing copy, how to close investment money, because believe me, that is taxing on your brain. When you do it this way, you can just be real smooth, and then you can just have the PS at the bottom of the email lead somewhere to a sale. So we've gone through the systems today. So the systems I would follow, generally speaking, build 1 lead magnet per month using the layout in this webinar, and I've showed you 10 different lead magnets you can build. Secondly, write 1 ebook every 2 months using the same layout I've gone through. That would be enough. 6 ebooks a year is going to be more than enough to continually grab new emails through organic, your traffic, your Facebook groups, and then through paid too. So your homeworks are to build a lead magnet and share it with me and Kyle at benoit.media. People saying, I can't. You can do a checklist. You can do a 15-part checklist in 45 minutes. The homework session tomorrow with Kyle, you just show up and do it. I don't know what to do at one about. Kyle will help with that. Send us 5 ideas for ebooks that you can write. Just the ideas, just the titles. That's it. That's all we want. And create the first 3 messages in your autoresponder using the core story. Now you see why this is so important. So the first is a dramatic moment in your life. Second is hitting a wall, and the third is how you got over that wall, and that bridges into what you're doing now. You know, so how I got over it was I discovered how to get traffic. Now I teach other people how to get traffic. Do you want traffic? If so, check out my guide, which is here. So you can bridge it through. And again, this isn't about doing it right or wrong. We just want you guys to do it. You know, this whole course is just getting you in the habit of doing stuff. That's it. I will jump into the questions now. If you have any on any of this stuff, somehow, even though there's only 20 slides, we still did an hour. So thank you so much for staying. If you have any questions, jump them in now. I'm going to stay on for the next 2 minutes. If not, there's homework club tomorrow with Kyle, and then mastermind on Wednesday with both of us. So if we have any questions, shout them now. Someone is writing a comment. So yeah, this is a really important part of it, and you can see how it slides into the rest of it. Yeah, so this is an essential part if you want to get leads the easy way. So again, all of this is about short-circuiting the traditional ways, which are very hard. All right, we're going to wrap up for the day. Thank you so much. You have your homeworks here. Build a lead magnet and share it with me and Kyle. Send us 5 ideas for ebooks and create the first 3 messages in your autoresponder. And we're going to give you the slides right now. Thank you so much for watching.